Previously on Reverse Development.
I did like season 3. I just felt like they had that Rita storyline, which just went on way too long, which I don't really like.
These balls suck.
I know.
I'm not good at making balls.
Much like the cornballer was not very good at making balls. Let's see, let's grab a plate. I'm going to grab these corns. Wash them off really quick. I'm just a fan of Rest Velvet. I'm not going to claim I'm a good cook. I'm not. I just like to eat, and I just thought this was a good idea. Cornballs?
That's not ball.
And now the story of the number 3 Arrested Development fan from the new web series, where he reviews Arrested Development in reverse order, and also cooks an Arrested Development themed recipe from the cookbook. It's Reverse Development in the Kitchen. Hello, it's me, Tim Miller, the greatest Arrested Development fan and your host of Reverse Development in the Kitchen. Unfortunately, I'm bringing the series to an end. I know I didn't complete my goal of watching the whole series, and maybe eventually I'll get there. But I think for now, I'm just going to call it good for now. Maybe come back in a year or two. If anybody wants me to. Anybody's watching. This is our Cancellation special. It's the final countdown. Yeah. So today, instead of 1 episode, instead of 2, instead of even 3 episodes, we're doing 5 episodes of Arrested Development. The Infamous Rita story arc that involved guest star Charlize Theron starring as Rita, who was a love interest of Michael, who, how can I put this, turned out to be mentally disabled female. I mean, overall, I like most of these episodes. I think just my problem is just the overall story arc and the whole joke about Michael accidentally dating like a mentally disabled woman. I think just doesn't really play anymore. I feel like it kind of played at the time, but even at the time, I found one of like my least favorite batch of episodes. It's also probably like, in terms of the first 3 seasons, it's probably like the most serialized. I mean, we did have the Marta story arc in season 1. That's how like Michael trying to still kill his girlfriend Marta. But this is probably like the longest story arc. The last 5 episodes. Each episode named after kind of a spoof on the James Bond naming. So we have season 3, episode 2. For British Eyes Only, where Michael meets Rita and tries to get information on his dad possibly being set up by the Brits for building houses in Iraq. And then we have Forget Me Now, where the final family meets Rita and almost drugs and kidnaps her, and the Poppins. Yeah, the Poppins hit. And then we have season 3, episode 4, which is Not a Pussy, where Michael tries to prove to Rita he's not a pussy by joining a triathlon at the Church and State Fair, which I think is one of the best gags, the fact that the separation of Church and State, they had to, yeah. And then we have Mr. F, which Warion will find out, well, we find out as an audience that Rita is mentally disabled, and Tobias dresses up in a mole costume, and then we have Ocean Walker, which is the final one, where Michael almost marries Rita, but then he finds out about her, and it doesn't work out in true West Development fashion, so. Yeah, for this episode, we will be finally bottling the mead. I have my brother, he's back there. He'll be back for a mead update. But for now, I'm going to try. I think in my very first episode, which I'll put a link. My very first episode, I attempted to make cornballs.
Actually, that was cut from the episode.
So I'm going to try that again. Hopefully this will be better. So I already cooked up polenta and cornflour together with water. Already have that mix. See, that mixed together. So what I'm gonna do, I got my pan, my frying pan. And I'm gonna add some butter. This is actually technically vegetable spread, but whatever. I'm gonna add some butter to it. Get that going. Yeah. And they're all decent episodes. I just don't really like the whole joke. I guess technically the joke is on Michael because he's so narcissistic he doesn't realize he's dating a mentally disabled woman. But it just seems like a long ways, 5 episodes for like basically what amounts to. But yeah, basically it's just a long way to go for an ableist joke, a joke against the disabled. And I feel like Arrested Development, at least the Arrested Development I liked is better than that. And I just think it had some good jokes. Like I definitely liked the end of Ocean Walker where Rita walks on water and it's Job's illusion. And I mean the whole thing with Tobias dressing up as a mole because he thinks the agent wants him to audition. Okay, so we got this butter going. Ooh, zesty. Zesty. So yeah, we're going to add this polenta and corn mix. I don't think we're going to make too many corn balls, but we'll try. That is a lot of butter, but oh well. And it says we can add salt and pepper to taste. We'll add a little salt and pepper. I'm just going to use regular iodized salt. And then some ground pepper. I'm not going to taste it, but this is to eyeball. Not to taste, this is to sight. You know what I'm going to add? Something outside the book. I actually did use the book, the Arrested Development cookbook, for this time. I'm going to add a little bit of breadcrumbs. Give it a little more crunchiness. See how all this turns out. But yeah, let's talk about, let's see, the episode. I like the inner beauty pageant in Notaspusy, or maybe dresses up as Shirley, her alter ego, that we see earlier in season 1. So I like that, and the fact that Lindsay and Tobias, as usual, were pretty oblivious to their daughter. Put that away for later. Get this nice and brown. Okay, we'll let that cook a little bit more while we. Yeah. Then there's of course Larry Middleman, who's George Senior surrogate for talking, played by Bob Einstein. Rest in peace. I really liked him on Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's great in these couple episodes until he gets fired. I think in Ocean Walker at the end of that episode. So it's good to see him get a small role. I think Charlize Theron does okay in the role of Rita. I just feel like it could have been done a little bit better. Yeah. Okay, so I let the cornball mix sit a little bit just to let it cool down and solidify. And I got oil going already, so that should be good. I'm going to turn that up. I'm going to plop that in there. See that? Ooh. Plop, plop, plop. So it looks like we're going to get like 5 cornballs, and I'll have I'll have my brother come help me taste them when we get the chance. And my cameraman Robbie, he might be able to be on camera this time. Let's see. Guess I don't have a whole lot to say. There is 5 episodes, so it is a lot to digest. It took me like 2.5 hours to watch, which is almost a whole movie, or more than a whole movie. It's almost a whole Batman movie. Let's see, before we do our mead update, before we finally bottle our mead, I think I'm just going to rank off, doing my ranking. I'll do my final rating of the whole arch at the end, but I think my ranking, let's see, I'm going to go with Notaspusy as my favorite. I really enjoyed the church and state fair, the inner beauty pageant, the triathlon. Seen a fair amount of Steve Holt. I really like Steve Holt in this role. I think the less, the better of him, but he was good. Mr. F, because I really enjoyed the whole jetpack, George Michael getting a jetpack and fighting Tobias in front of the Japanese investors. Then we have, I think, Ocean Walker, because I really enjoyed the Michael almost getting married, the whole part with maybe trying to figure out her script and Rita's suggestion that she just walk over the ocean. And then Job's illusion at the end. I think that was a good. And then we finally have For British Eyes Only, which was was the only episode in the series to actually do previously on instead of on the next episode, which I think was a cool subversion of the whole format. But it just wasn't that strong of an episode. It was okay. Yeah. Well, let's check on my balls. I'm gonna let those cook a little bit. Yeah. Turn that up. And I think we're gonna bring my brother over here for a mead update. Like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bottles. Hopefully we'll be able to use them all. If not, we might have to grab more bottles and bottle them up. She made labels for this. I just bought some labels off Amazon, beer labels. Just look up beer labels on Amazon. These are like $10, $10, $15. Our mead has been fermenting for 2 months about. Here we can pull the cap off, right? Ah! No, it didn't blow up. We got the cap bottler, so we can put caps on. I think I have my own caps. I'll bring them out. Let's check on these cornballs. They're still cooking. Should have been hotter. So yeah, we're gonna end the show the same way
Tim
we
is neither a professional
began it
or
by
a good
failing
cook.
at making cornballs. So I tried. I'll make some more later. I want to thank everybody for watching the show. I know I probably wasn't the best host. It probably wasn't the best show, but everybody who watched supported this weird experiment I did. Maybe I'll come back to it if there's enough. Well, I might have some other project in the work. Check out my podcast. It's the end of the show as we know it. New episodes every last Friday of the month. Check out the podcast Base Talks also. New episodes, I think, second Monday of the month. We'll try to have those out. I might revive my series Laugh Tub. If you're ever in Missoula, check out any stand-up comedy. I'm usually on a fair amount of those open mics or showcases or whatever. If you take each individual episode, they're all pretty strong separately. Like I really like Mr. F and Notaspusy. I feel like those are probably in my top 15 of all the episodes. Probably in season 1 for 3. The other 3, Ocean Walker and For British Eyes Only and Forget Me Now. I think we're a little weaker. But I think overall I give it a 1 out of no. I give it a 2 out of 10. Forget Me Nows.
I agree.
Yeah.
I also agree.
So here we are. We're gonna. He already set it up. He's gonna pump it in. And that's our first bottle of Miller Bros Black and Blue mead. If you're in the Missoula, Montana area and you're watching this, which you should be because I'm the best comedian in Missoula, let me know and I'll get you a bottle. I'm going to put the cap on there, stamp it on.
Had worse.
Not too bad.
How many cornballs would you give it out of 10?
I'll give it a 6.5.
I'll give it a 3.
But yeah, that does it for Reverse Development. Thanks for coming on this journey with me and my brother for 2 episodes. And my cameraman Robbie, give it up for him. Here, hold on. Anything you want to say, Robbie?
Not really, no.
Okay, he's very helpful. We're going to bottle up the rest of this later, but we don't need to do that on screen, especially because I'm not great at it. So, thanks for watching. It's been a reverse development in the kitchen. Thank you.
On the postscript.
I want to thank everybody for watching. There is one thing I forgot before I leave. I forgot the Blue family and for British Eyes Only, the family chicken dance. We got to see pretty much everybody's, except for George Michael, which we'll see in season 4, which we see in season 4, kind of. When we get a little taste of Michael's. Yeah, I just want to mention that because I forgot to mention that. And I
actually did an assignment when I was in high school. I did an assignment on demonstrating something you can do, and I did a demonstration on how to do a chicken dance. So I thought that was an interesting memory I forgot to bring up.